Welcome to our series on Ignatian wisdom. My name is Kevin Leidick. I'm one of the pastor ministers here at El Retiro. We've been looking at some lessons from the life of Ignatius that he mentions in his autobiography. Today I'd like to look at another important dimension, a lesson he learned. As we saw before, Ignatius was very willful, very strong-willed, thought he could do no wrong, thought he could do whatever he wanted. He was kind of a person who did whatever he wanted. And he started, even after his conversion, he was very strong-willed. He went to the Holy Land, thought he would be able to stay there for the rest of his life. The Franciscan superiors there said, no, it's not a good thing for you to stay here, for a variety of good reasons. Who's going to support you? You could be kidnapped, you could be harmed, you don't know the language. So clarity is important. But Ignatius, reflecting on his life, he begins to recognize that he's limited. Limited in the sense of he could not stay in the Holy Land, where he wanted to stay, but also he decides he must study in order to be of service to others. So on the way back from the Holy Land, he decides that I must go back to school to learn language, Latin, and to go and learn some philosophy and theology in order to be of service to others. One area of growth in Ignatius is that he recognizes that he is limited, that there's limitations to his experience, to his knowledge, and he can't just do anything that he wants, but he must listen to others and have balance in his life. And so that recognition of one's limitations and how to adapt to those limitations or overcome those limitations is an area that is very important as real signpost of spiritual growth, to recognize one's limitations and to ask the Lord for help in those and to remedy them, either by certain work in a certain area or to go back to school or something of that nature. So within the life of Ignatius, as he faced obstacles to his initial desires to live in the Holy Land, to go where he wanted. He wasn't allowed to preach because he had no learning. He recognized that he is limited, and that's recognition of one's limitations, and also in terms of what I could do to overcome them or compensate for them is an area of spiritual growth. And that's one of the lessons, the primary lesson that one learns from the autobiography of Ignatius. So thank you very much for listening.